It is so lush in our land. Like, look at where I'm at. Thick and lush, right? We have massive gum trees. We've got lantana. We've got all these plants. And they can hide in there. We've got caves as well. So where I'm at in this location, full of caves. Big caves, little caves, deep caves, narrow caves, shallow caves. Caves. And that is a great spot for these things to live. For these things to live. For any animal. It's like this, right? So it's like this. Okay. So you hear about snakes, right? You hear about wallabies, right? You hear about foxes. They reckon they're everywhere. There's so many of them. Wild dogs. And they're the animals that do exist. Deer. And guess what? When do you ever see them? Rarely. Probably once in a lifetime, or twice, if you're lucky, in 50 to 80 years. And that's even the people that are in the bush all the time. What about the people that, what a beautiful tree that one is. What about, I love gum trees. So what's to say there isn't other animals out there, right? Right? That we haven't seen, which some people have seen them. I don't know, I have. It's rare, right? They're there. It's exciting. For me, it's exciting. So I'm out here today looking for this panther. It's also a yowie area as well, which has been spotted in this area, many of them. So let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on. Catch up. We're going looking for the black panther today. Looking for the sexy black panther today. We'll be a little bit more quiet. Just listen. Also see this. This grows all over that. See how that's grown all over that. Once a year, about November, December, it gets berries on it, full of vitamin K. It's very bitter and sour, but full of vitamin K, vitamin E, vitamin C, and it's really good for you. So it's called the devil's twine. Look it up. Let's go. So thick and dense. There's no way that animals are not living in here. Like, look at it. Man. Bamboo. See, this is an old tip. This is an old tip. That's dead there. Why is that dead? Let me pull that out. It's been cut. Why? Oh, it's probably council cutting the trees. Alright, let's keep looking. Guys, look at this. Look how dense that is. It's so dense and thick, anything could be living in here. There's no wonder for so many years that these panthers and yowies and other creatures are very rarely spotted, because it's so easy to hide here. I'll show you the mountain full of caves. Full of caves. I'm going to show you some of them in a minute. And for a big cat, there's plenty of food, because there's kangaroos, there's all the wallabies, wild goats, deer, There's all sorts of animals, rabbits, bloody everything. Wombats, the whole lot. We have lots of animals for them to eat. Of course they're going to thrive here, guys. Think about it. And you can actually do some research as well. Do some research on the big cats of Australia and when they came here. And there's a story I'm going to tell you. There's a man I spoke to who's really old. He's about 75. Actually, that's not old these days. But this guy, I said, look, he goes, I used to live in a cave up here. I won't say where it is. Near Sydney. And he goes, I lived in a cave in the Hawkesbury River. That's where he lived. And I said to him, he goes, 5 years he lived there in a cave. What? Firstly, what? And I said, look, have you seen panthers? Like, what's the deal with all these panthers? He goes, I never saw any when I was living in the bush, but I'll tell you a story. When I was in my 30s, or he said it was it 70s? I forget what year it was, 1972 I think. And he goes, in 1972 there was a circus, and it was down at Lithgow. And he was going out with a lady that was in the circus. And she, one day she said, oh, we've had an accident that all the panthers got out because we had crashed the bus that the panthers were in with the cages. And 3 panthers got out, 2 females and 1 male. And guess what? They're going to live. They got off and ran off. And she said we couldn't catch them. And that was in 1972. And he goes, there's panthers everywhere now. There would be a lot. You know, they would have bred. They would have moved around. So yeah, that's some story. I'll show you this creek. Oh well, see, we've had a real good bit of rain. And all the creeks filled up with beautiful crystal clear water. Right here. Ah! Tried not to get wet. Look how nice this is. Bit slippery. Anyway. Oh, here that is beautiful. Anything could be hidden in there. Anything. And you know how cats are, they're very stealthy. They stay still. And then they pounce. Like they're so good at catching their prey. Like they're experts at it. That's slippery as. Ah! That's wet. Alright, let's keep going. As quiet as I can. There's a lot of blackberry here. See? And in November, December, January, there's heaps of blackberries, and I come and eat them. So many. Okay. Got a lot of rain. Hard to believe this was a tip once. This was a tip once, and it's amazing. Keep going. So there was just a loud crash behind me over here as I walked up this hill. Loud. And it came from the bush where there's no road. I don't know what that was. Got a really eerie feel to it at the moment. Okay, let's keep going. Now, see this here? This all is not overgrown like this. And now it's all high and overgrown. Oh God. This part here is not dense. But there was a road going through here a couple of years ago, about 14 years ago. And I can't find it. It led to this weird cave. And it's all overgrown and it's vanished. Nature takes it back, eh? So always, when you find mud like this, see if there's any footprints in it, any weird animal prints. Because look, they show up in the mud. So there's one of the caves. As you can see, animals could live in there easily. Some paw prints. They don't look like cat ones, but they kind of look like dog ones. But that's your example. Oh, there's there. See, with dogs, the see the little claw marks? Dogs always have their claws out, but cats don't. So that's how you know the difference. The only cat that can that has its claws out all the time is a cheetah. Find a drink. Because it's been raining, all the fresh water's come down, so you can drink that. But if that was still and stagnant for ages and green, it'd be a little bit dodgy drinking, but it'd save your life. I swear to God, I just heard something growling through there. I don't know what that was. There's a lady jogging behind me. She's gone. That was weird. I was like, is she a real lady? Because I've seen ghosts in solid form before, so like I'm just questioning that. I think it was a real person. But anyway, keep going. When you see spirits as solid, it sort of makes you think about seeing people daily. And sometimes are they real or are they not? So yeah. I feel like I don't want to go any further. I don't know. There's that growl again. What is it? Definitely has an air of creep to it. Really creepy. found a weird print. And it doesn't look like a normal dog print. Look at it splayed out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it kind of ends here in a weird shape. I've never seen that before. There's my hand. This is my hand next to it. What is that? Weirdest animals. Found a better one. That looks like a really heavy dog. A really heavy dog thing. Look at that. Heavy. Look how deep that is. Oh my god. That is weird. I don't know what that is. Just coming up next to a tree like this. So just energetically fixes you. It's the only way I can describe it. Oh, thank you, tree. Feels like a warm hug from the tree. Beautiful.